Hello, hello. If you're watching this video, that means you just got some happy mail and you're ready to put your mascara compact together. So first things first, you're gonna have all these beautiful tins in your package and then a beautiful compact. So what you first need to do is just take your thumb and just slide all your tins out, and you'll look on here, they'll have the name of the product. So this is a highlight. This is called Candlelit Highlight. So you just pop all your little tins out and then throw them in your compact. Not throw, but carefully place them in your compact. And there's not really a rhyme or reason how you want to do it. They fit either way. You can kind of just pretzel them in there. I like to put my highlights all in a row, and then I have my contour. This is my bronzer over here. These are two of my illuminators, and then this is a second contour. I have a lot of stuff in my compact, but you can just arrange them however you like. And then you can put a few blushes in there. Just kind of, I like to just pull my contour. I like to hold mine this way so I can see the mirror, but however you want to do it works for me. If you bought a double decker, then I like to keep all my powders on one level and then my creams on another level. But if you have a little bit extra cream, you can put some down. Just be careful when you're using them not to splash powder into your creams, and they'll stay a lot cleaner that way. If you want them to stay clean, it's best to just have one level for powder, one level for cream. That way you don't get a lot of powder into your creams. Okay, let's get started. So first you want to start with a clean, fresh face. I always recommend moisturizing. We have an awesome milk cream moisturizer. If you don't have a good one, that one is amazing. It has jojoba oil, it has honey, it has vitamin A, vitamin E, like a really great ingredient. I use it every day. It's really helped my skin. So I really recommend that. Make sure you moisturize, make sure you exfoliate. Contact me if you need help on any of these products, and I'd be happy to recommend some. If your skin is feeling dry or patchy or the makeup's not going on smoothly, it's probably you need a moisturizer or you need to exfoliate regularly. At least like once or twice a week for exfoliation. Okay, so I'm gonna pull my hair back. I'm gonna use this brush today. This is the 30-second hack brush. So usually if I only recommend one brush, this is what I recommend. And let's get started. So I'm gonna first do my contour. And honestly, this brush is very versatile. You can use this side for highlight, or you can use this side for highlight. And then you can use this side for contour, or you can use this side for contour. So you kind of just decide what you want to do. And I would just pick a side. One side's dark and one side's light. So I think I'm going to use my pointy end for contour. I can't decide. I was just deciding right there last minute. So I'm just going to take this pointy end and I'm going to start at the top of my ear and go just right under that cheekbone. Then I'm going to grab some more contour and just do the same thing over here. So you want to err on the side of going higher than lower. You don't want to be down here in your jawline or like in your mustache area. So you can just do a little bit of contour, or if you want to bring it out under your cheekbone, just make sure you don't really go past your pupil. So kind of stay, that's kind of a good guideline to keep in mind. See, I'm kind of right there under my cheekbone, but not past my pupil. Just kind of play around with your face shape. You might decide you only like it right here. Then I'm going to put a little bit of contour up here on my forehead. And again, you can just stay kind of right by your hairline. Or if you feel like you have a little bit bigger of a forehead, you can pull it down a little bit more as well. I'm going to turn this light up a little bit. And contour is a little bit stickier, so you have to push a little harder to get the contour on your brush, where highlight is a lot more soft of a consistency, so you don't have to push hard at all. So now I'm going to flip the brush over and do my highlight. And a little bit goes a long way with this, so don't get a lot on your brush. That's probably the biggest mistake people make. They don't put enough contour on and they put way too much highlight on. And so it's just off. So I'm going to start with my main highlight color, which is about the same color as my skin. And it's going to help color correct. And I'm just barely dabbing it in my highlight. It's going to help color correct any redness, any dark spots. This makeup is super buildable, so if you want a really light coverage, then just hardly get any product on your brush. If you have cute freckles that you want to show through, just don't get a lot of product and just apply a very light layer. You really don't need that much. If you want a little bit more coverage, just dip in a little bit more. And you can kind of decide how you like it. Sometimes it's good to stipple the makeup, especially around this eye area, to press the makeup into your skin instead of swiping. I kind of just do a combination of both. Then I'm gonna get a little bit of highlight and go on top of my brows in kind of like a rainbow shape. So I went under my eyes, nose, pretty much everywhere where I didn't contour. If you don't care about putting makeup down here, don't do it. If you just wanna put it under your eyes to cover up some dark circles, even out your skin tone, just do that. I have some scarring down here, so I like to put highlight there, and I think it looks really pretty when you're nice and bright right here because it helps your contour stand out. But honestly, do what makes you feel beautiful and what you like. If you like a really light coverage, then do that. Okay, so there's my highlight. And you might be done there. If you got a second shade, I usually recommend a brightener shade. So just dip into your brightener shade. And then I recommend just going right here. Not even really in the eye where your bags are, like the under eye area. I stay out of that area and I just do right here in a pie shape underneath your eye. And then whatever's kind of left over, you can just throw right there and maybe a little bit on your chin. And that just makes your under eye super light and bright. So you kind of just, personal preference on that one. If you feel like your under eye is a little bit too bright, you can mix your two colors to make it bright but not quite so bright. I like it really bright under there. So play around with that and have fun with that. Okay, so we're pretty much done. Now we're gonna move on to blush. If you got bronzer, then this would be a time to do bronzer. I'll just throw a little bit on in case you got the bronzer. I'm like, here's my Bella bronzer. It's a cream bronzer. It's amazing. It's cream, so it just like melts into your skin and looks really natural, and it's kind of sheer. And then I like to pair it with the Glow Illuminator, and that adds a little bit of shimmer. But if you don't want shimmer in your bronzer, the Bella bronzer is just very matte and beautiful. I'm having fun with this glow this summer, so that's why I'm doing that a lot. This is the blush and bronzer brush, and it's perfect for applying bronzer. It's so fluffy and light. Okay, so let's do some blush. I'm gonna put on some Frenchie, and I'm gonna use this pointy end to grab my blush, or you can just use your finger and kind of dab it on if you want. I'm gonna use this pointy end because this is my dark end. I use this to contour, so I'm gonna use this as my dark. This is gonna just be my dark end, contour and blush, and then this is my highlight end. This is Frenchie, just like a really fun neutral. It's kind of like a peachy color. It's fun for summer. Not too pink, but also has like a pop to it. Okay, and then let's do illuminator. Illuminator, you can use a brush if you want. If you only have one brush, then I probably would just use your finger. So just grab some illuminator with your finger, and we're just gonna go on top of the cheekbone. We're gonna stay out of this wrinkle area. So see how I'm on top of the cheekbone, but below the wrinkle area. We don't really wanna accentuate our wrinkles here. And then I kind of like to go like up my temple. Then we can take a little bit of illuminator and go like right here on our Cupid's bow. Okay, I forgot to do something with the highlight and contour. I'm gonna just grab a little bit of my lighter highlight color, and you can kind of mix them if you want. And I'm just gonna go right here on the bridge of my nose, just to make my nose appear a little more slender. And then you can grab your brush and kind of just blend it. This really isn't the best brush for contouring your nose. It's a little bit too fat. If you want to try, you can squeeze it. Or I guess since this is our dark end, you could squeeze this and try to contour your nose. It's kind of a bit too bulky of a brush in my opinion. So I would not worry about contouring your nose with this brush. And I would just put on a little bit of highlight on the top so it catches the light. And then you can put on a little bit of illuminator too if you want, right there. Just on the bridge of your nose and like the point. Totally not necessary, but kind of just fun to play around with. Okay, so there we have it. Highlight and contour in like less than 10 minutes. And usually I'm way faster, but I'm gabbing and explaining. So what I want to do is go back, and if you want to blend your contour a little bit more, if you feel like it's a little bit too strong, you can take either side. I don't really like blending with this side, so I'm just going to blend with this side. And just blend in upward motions. You don't want to pull it down. You want to lift up those cheekbones. Don't over blend, because this is one of my favorite parts about the makeup, is just this beautiful profile of that cheekbone. So definitely don't blend too much because you want it to show, but just blend enough where you feel comfortable and beautiful. And then if you ever mess up, you can always just grab a little bit more highlight or just whatever's on the brush and do a little Nike swoop right here. Like if you accidentally pull your contour down too much or your blush too much, you can always just clean it up. Creams are so forgiving and so blendable that it's so easy. One thing I do like to do if you're using bronzer is to bronze my neck. So I'm just gonna grab this brush again and bronze my neck. And while we're at it, let's grab a little bit of that Frenchie and throw it on our lips. If you'd rather use a brush to apply the lip, it makes it a little more smooth. We have an awesome brush called the Multitasker that you can put the lip color on with, but this is also easy just to use your finger. Okay, so there is an easy highlight and contour using the 30-second app brush. I couldn't remember the name for a minute. Let me know if you have any questions. Please reach out to me. I'm gonna set my makeup with the Stay Spray. This is just a setting spray. It helps to keep your makeup locked in all day. And I'm just gonna show you. I spray quite a bit, so I'm pretty soaking wet right now. And you kind of want a lot just so it can air dry and just lock in your makeup. So this is what I use. I don't like to set with powder, maybe just because I have a little bit more aging skin and I don't want powder in my fine lines and wrinkles. But if you're kind of oily, definitely we can put powder on your T-zone areas. And we have an awesome translucent powder I can recommend. I prefer this. We also have an SPF 15, which is awesome for summer. So if you're headed out to a soccer game or something, you can reapply your sunscreen without having to like mess up your makeup. On a daily basis, I prefer just the regular Stay Spray, but I do use the SPF if I'm headed out and I don't want to put sunscreen on top of my makeup. So it's kind of nice to have both sometimes. Anyway, reach out to me with any questions. I'm here to help you. I would love to Marco Polo if you need like a one-on-one session, if you're having questions, if you need to troubleshoot your colors, just reach out to me because I'm here to help you and I'd love to help you. Okay, happy makeup. Have fun opening your package and organizing everything and putting your makeup on, and just have fun with it. Don't be scared to put on some contour. Lay it on thick and then it blends out beautifully. So you can't really mess this makeup up, I promise.